I think that's the main thing. Like, just I was thinking about it as you were saying these boys have really opened up to you when they had these interviews, and I think everyone, this isn't a gender thing, but boys especially, if they feel that there's someone that actually cares what they're feeling, what they're going through, which you seem to have been that outlet for a lot of these boys that were interested and wanted to study them. What do you feel? Then it seems like you've just unlocked this gigantic dam that's been up for so long that they're happy to talk about it with whomever. And I think I really want to focus in what I want to write about is that how much we underuse and undervalue male friendships. Like
Mm.
we're all posturing, we're all saying, oh, those shoes are gay, or oh, you can't lift that weight, you're a girl, like all these things, and we think that's the price of friendships, or that we have to drink together or do all these things. Where like the minute someone just starts asking someone, so how are you? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, you broke up with that girl, like are you okay? Like men soften because they just want to feel that someone actually cares. Like is that some of the things you've seen in your interviews, or were there men that were just, or boys that just refused to talk about emotional stuff?
I assumed that might be the case, but no, none of them. I thought some of them would just be like, I've always been this way. I'm just
Beat it.
emotionally stunted or just emotionally flat. But none of them said that. They all remembered exactly when or the time period of when and why they started to restrict their emotions. And they were
Wow.
all quite open with me. And I think that, yeah, what we know about trauma, what we know about healing is like being seen is such an important human experience. And being heard is also really valuable. And those are some of the most preventative factors for something not being received in your body as traumatic. Is that if you feel alone in a situation, it's way more likely that that might become a traumatic somatic experience in your body. Whereas if you have a
Right.
community, you have friendships that are safe, that you can open up with and be vulnerable. Doesn't mean all the
It,
time, but
right.
the, like, and that's
We don't. So I was gonna say we don't have to be like groups of female friends that will just get together every weekend and have a wine and like talk about their feelings. Like I'm being very stereotypical, but you know what I mean. Whereas in like men, yeah, every couple months you can get together and be like, hey, like how are things with your wife? Like this
yeah,
doesn't
it
have
doesn't
to
have to
be
look a
every
certain
day.
way.
Right.
But what's important, though, where I would challenge boys and men, is that most of the boys and men I've ever talked to would like 100% want to show up for their male friends if they knew their male friend was going through something.
Right.
So they would all want, but they also all said that like they don't want to do that and burden their friends. And so it's like, okay, so you wouldn't judge your friends doing it to you, but you're judging yourself if you were to do it to them. And so like you should open up a bit more than you think you are. And like it's so hard because as soon as you start opening up, you also open up yourself to hurt and pain, and that's why vulnerability is awesome and it sucks.
Right.